James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I want to show you how to play a really, obviously a super classic song, You Really Got Me by the Kinks. It's one of the most famous riffs of all time, and the reason why I want to show it to you is because it's a really good exercise in a way, because the shape that it just uses one shape, and then you just kind of move it along the fretboard, and that shape will give you a lot of mileage. Like so many rock and roll songs, indie, just a ton of music uses that shape. It's called the power chord. And what I really like about this song is that it forces you to kind of slide it around and move it around and build up that strength. And this is a really good way to start getting into bar chords. You know, for me, I think that the power chord is kind of just the foundation of the bar chord and it grows into it. And, you know, to turn that around, if you want to learn how to play bar chords, but you can't play a power chord, that's a really good place to start. And speaking of which, if you do find after this lesson that you still need some extra help, I have a bar chord course. You can take a free trial of it or a free preview. Just check that out if you need any extra help. I'll put a link to that down below. Otherwise, we're gonna get started on this one with that shape, the power chord. We're gonna make the shape here, starting on the lowest string, the thickest string, the low E string. We're gonna go to the 3rd fret with our first finger and just press the tip. You know, if you put the flat part, it'll take more force than it really needs to. Use the tip, and then we go to the next string, the A string. We've got to stretch all the way to the 5th fret with our ring finger. And then right underneath that, we want to put our pinky finger. That's the 5th fret of the D string. So we get this shape right here. 3, 5, 5. And that is a power chord shape. And about these other 3 strings, if you look, you might notice that they're muted when I play them. And that's because the underside of this finger is lightly touching them. And that's what you want. You want to be able to just give her and attack all the strings, but only get those 3 to ring out. Now, this is the way that I like to make the shape, because if you add just a couple more fingers, you get the full bar chord. So it really helps you move on from this and expand in the future. For now though, I just want you to get really good at this shape. So take a moment with it, you know, test each string, maybe try moving it around a little bit higher, like to the 5th, 7th, and 7th. You know, it's a movable shape. You can move it around, try it there. You know, if it's new to you, experiment with it a little bit, and then when you're ready, we'll take a look at how to use this shape to make that riff. It goes like this. That's it. So we take our shape, we go down so that our first finger is on the 1st fret, 1st, 3rd, and 3rd. We hit the strings, and then we slide the shape up to this point. And that's going to be the hardest part of this whole song. Once you can do this, the rest of it is going to be a breeze. So we take this, we slide it up, and then we hit the strings twice. Let's just do that. It's like the first half of it. Then we go back down here so that our first finger's on the 1st fret. Play that one more time, and then we go up to here. So all in all, it's 5 hits. 1, 3, 1, 3. And I'm just saying the number that my first finger is touching, the fret number. So my first finger is on the 1st fret, I say 1, 3, 3, 1, 3. And if you're having trouble with the shape, just do the first finger only. So our first finger goes on the 1st fret. And just try that a whole bunch of times. Just get the rhythm of it going, you know. 1, 3, 3, 1, 3. 1, 3, 3, 1, 3. Right? So that's our first step to getting this. And then once you have that down, you can try to add the shape. And maybe just add this finger only. Just do 2 strings at first. That might be a little bit easier. And you know, keeping constant pressure down and sliding around, that is what they're doing on the original recording, and it does sound better when you do it like that. But if that's too much, you can just press down when you need to, just going. You see the difference there? If I hold it down, I'm sliding it, but if I just, it doesn't sound exactly the same, but I would start there if you're having trouble with that sliding. So at this point, we have the first part of the riff down, and I want to practice it a little bit. So let's do that together, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you could do that successfully, learning the rest of the song is going to be super easy. We just have to do that exact same thing, but in a couple different spots on the fretboard. Now, if you had trouble with that, remember, like I said, do it in steps. Start with just your first finger. Then try to add one more finger. And then the rest of it. And if that's too much, you can always go at your own pace. Otherwise, we're ready to move on and figure out the rest of it. And it's really simple. All we have to do now is take that exact same riff and move it up 2 frets. So move up the whole thing. So instead of going 1, 3, 3, 1, 3, now we're gonna go 3, 5, 5, 3, 5. And it's the exact same thing. Start on 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5. 3, 5, 5, 3, 5. And then after that, we have to move our shape to the next set of strings. So now my first finger is on the A string at the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 5th fret. It's the exact same shape, except instead of being here, it's like I just pulled my hand down and moved it over there. And we're gonna go 3, 5, 5, 3, 5 again. But this time we're on a different set of strings. And finally, we just play 3. Oh, no, no, or whatever, however the song goes. So all in all, I would break this riff down into 4 parts. Here's the first part. And we do that 8 times. The second part, we do that 4 times. The third part, we do that 6 times. And then finally, we just play 3rd fret on the A string, power chord. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So instead of playing a riff, we just hit it once on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we let it ring out for 2 measures, which is just counting to 4 2 times. I'm gonna slowly play this entire thing. You're welcome to play along with me if you'd like, or you could just observe and then rewind the tape and try it yourself afterwards. Either way, here we go, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I always want to be by your side. 4 more times, oh yeah. Moving up to 3, 5. Oh yeah, you will. 2 more times. Move up. 6 total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, again. So that's the whole thing, and you just do that a whole bunch of times in a row, and that's the song. There is one other part, that's the very ending. They end it with some chord shots, and that might require a little bit of counting, and the actual technical aspect is very simple. You're just using one shape, and just playing it like that. You just have to count it out. That's what's gonna make the difference. So let's quickly figure that out. So to end it, we go through our riff like we normally would. We do that 8 times, do that 4 times. And then once we get to this part, we play it 6 times. And instead of going here, 2, 3, 4, 1, instead of doing that, we go like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So really slowly, we do this riff 6 times. Let's pretend this is the 5th. 6, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and exceptionally slowly. Just that last bit. 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and we let it ring out, and that's it. So all in all, this song is constructed in a really simple way. There's no surprises or anything, and it's all kind of just one riff, but you're just moving it around the fretboard. So make sure you practice that one riff in one spot. If it's too much to remember where to go, don't worry about that. Just get that riff sounding really good in one place, and once you can do that, it'll be a lot easier to move it around and to make this whole song happen. And if you need any extra help, don't forget about my bar chord course. You can take a free trial down below. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.